Alright, what's up everyone? It's Kenny, aka VC Baby. Hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend. I just wanted to do a quick video. I wanted to do more B-Real this week for this one, but I couldn't really brainstorm really well about what kind of B-roll to go with today's topic. And today's topic was just going to be about raising kids. I know that in this day and age it's a lot different than what it was back then when I had a kid. I was a kid having a kid. I think Roth and I had our firstborn around 18, 19 years old, and he just turned 19 this past week. So that's why today's topic came up. It was relevant to me and my wife today, and I think the idea of today's topic was just that there's no right or wrong way to raise a kid. There's no specific guideline or book that you could follow completely, or there's no book that will give you all the answers of how to raise another human being correctly, or the right way, or everything that you need to be ready or prepared for. I mean, to be honest, there's never ever really a good time to, I guess, have a child. It's really something you can't really prepare yourself for. I mean, I guess you can get diapers and stuff like that, but I think a lot of it is kind of play by ear. You can get advice from your friends, your family, but just like any other relationship, to me, raising a child is your own experience, is within your family. You know, like, no one's going to go through exactly what you went through. They can give you some kind of helpful hints or tips to raise your child and what to do as far as, like, you know, little things, how to prevent them from getting sick or this and that. But, you know, each human being is different, so you're gonna have different experiences. I mean, from your first kid to your second kid, you're gonna have a different experience that, you know, some can kind of relate to, but it's still your own experience. So there's no written law of how to raise a kid correctly. Roth and I are pretty much done having kids, and I think what makes it difficult these days is there's so many different things you have to worry about. I feel like there's so many OGs that would say, well, back in my day we would do this, and, you know, kids wouldn't make it back in there. Well, you guys probably wouldn't make it here. You know, at different times, you know, calls for different measures. Things change, things evolve. Like, I was thinking the other day, I don't think I would be ready to raise another kid in this day and age, because there's so many different things to worry about. New diseases, new foods and warnings and technology. Like, there's so many gadgets and crazy things that you have to think about or worry about, even though, you know, when we were raising our first kid, we didn't have all those gadgets, so it wasn't required or needed. But, you know, nowadays they have so many things that can help you raise your child better, and whether or not you need it or not, they're just tools to help you along your journey. And some are useful, some aren't. But to me, it would just be so much stressful now to try to think about what I need or what I want, and do I need this to monitor their heart when they're sleeping, or, like, we didn't even have baby cams or baby monitors. It was just like, hey, run in, baby might be crying, go check on them, you know. And as soon as the baby is crying, the parents are rushing in, checking in on them. But I remember we didn't have any of that, so it's a different experience altogether. And I feel like being a little bit older and done raising kids, you can't judge the new age kids of how they're raising their kids and compare it to back then, because everything's different now. For the most part, I try to keep an open mind about how things are now and how things were back in the day and how things will be. I try not to just be like, well, old timer, you don't need to do all that stuff. You don't need all that stuff. I didn't have all that stuff. Well, yeah, you're right. We didn't have all that stuff, but now you do. And now there's new things that require you to have all this new stuff. So I try to keep an open mind and try to evolve my thought process, and that's kind of part of growth. Of course, raising a kid when they're younger, to me, was a little bit easier because it's almost like, as a parent, what you say goes. And so even though they can throw a tantrum or whatever, in the end, your word is your word, and they'll respect you and listen to you. But as soon as kids get older, it becomes a little bit more difficult because they're becoming their own person. They're having their own opinions, and they're wanting to figure things out for themselves. And it's your job as a parent to kind of point them in the right direction, but in the end, again, it's their own journey. Like, it's their life, and you have to somewhat respect that. Plus, man, once you get older, what I'm learning is the kids they'll kind of listen to you, but in the end, you can say, hey, I made a mistake here. But a lot of times, kids, they want to make their own mistakes, and sometimes it's scary as a parent, but you have to let them make those mistakes and let them learn from their own experience. And as frightening as it is, that's how you grow. That's how your children grow, and from experiences. And I mean, shoot, I'm a kid still, I feel like, and I'm still learning from experiences. And I think that's what makes it more difficult, because you can have all the answers per se, and your kid will still be like, screw you, old timer, what do you know, and they just want to do their own thing when they get older. And I think that's why it makes it more difficult as they get older to raise a kid. And there's so many things you have to worry about, because now they're, kind of on their own, on the road. Once they start driving, my son started driving out. I'm terrified every time he leaves the house, because I just want him to come back home, and my daughter will be there soon too. So yeah, that's it. Just a short video. I wanted to stick to producing one video a week, and this is my one video this week. And I think that's what this page is going to be, just a little bit of grab bag of vlogging, a little bit of somewhat topics that kind of spur up in my mind. It's like a short podcast every week. So and I do need to do a new episode of my Friends of Flavor podcast, which is on Spotify, and kind of close that out, because all my focus, I want to be kind of on YouTube and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Have a great weekend. Go Mavs. And see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.